What up, bro?
What up, what up?
You good, baby?
I'm all good.
Yes, sir.
This is the moment I've been waiting on, bro. How you
Yes,
be, man, that's crazy, bro.
What up, dog? Did he talk that talk?
Mo.
What up, bro?
Yeah,
RC,
dog.
man.
It's Mo, dog.
Man,
That's
what's
crazy,
up?
bro. That nigga dunk on anybody. Got me by 2 inches. I can't dunk on nobody.
So,
Good, man?
I'm all good, man.
How the off season
Workout
been, bro?
in. Good,
Good.
good. Getting back into the groove, man. A month.
Y'all boys play so long, though, dog.
82 plus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, 16 was different, right? You play one, you got the rest of the week, get yourself together, go again. Y'all got back-to-backs,
Right.
traveling.
5 and 7.
This usually the time you get back in it, though? The whole
Yeah,
routine?
close, yeah.
Yeah.
Cause now I set up like runs, like pickup runs with the teams in September. So like
Okay.
we get like 3 weeks before training camp start.
All
Get in shape, and then once training camp start, you right in the preseason. We got
Right.
like 3 days, and then you got your first preseason game.
Right.
So,
Most of the guys show up.
yeah.
They don't get on y'all about running outside the facility?
Nah, not
Just
too
getting in the
much.
pickup game? Because I be seeing them damn pro-ams and all that. Them
Yeah,
boys
they
doing.
they allow it, but most people they don't be. Well, I know for the Grizzlies, I can't speak on other teams.
Yeah.
They don't care too much. They love us being in the gym, honestly. So
But see, though, that's the thing that's different about basketball, too. It wasn't fun to train for football.
Hitting the bitch in the head all day?
Yeah, like you wasn't finna like, hey, y'all, let's go play throw up tackle. You know what I'm saying? Pick them up, bust them. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
It's
no.
cool to go hoop.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, got pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision I can trust. Trust, limitless. Take a stomach, got pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up.
Well, shit, man, welcome to the Pivot, bro. It's an honor for us, for sure. We have different milestones on this show that I think we all remember. We sit around and talk about our favorite shows, but when we first got together, we started talking about guests and guest lists. And shoot, man, your name was so high on the list, and we'll bring Mo Wells in later. Your trainer's one of my best friends. I've been hitting him from the beginning. I've been like, shoot, man, I'll gritty to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? If it mean that he'll do the show. But Chan, man, Fred, we're honored to have you sit down. Listen, if you follow us already or you're subscribed to us, we appreciate the support. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure y'all continue to keep up with us. We appreciate everything, especially from the way that we've grown from the start of this in January to now. It's on with an upward. And like Fred always says, anybody can podcast, but not everybody can pivot. And that's what we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna keep pivoting, and having somebody like you on is a huge part of that. What we like to do on this show, bro, it's not like everybody knows you can hoop. Hell, if you got eyes, you can see that. We're more into what made someone the way that they are, what put the dog in you, why you say, yeah, I want to dunk on Brian. Yeah, I can beat Mike one-on-one. But I think you got to take it back to your pedigree. I think you had a grandfather and uncle that were big league baseball players. Mom's two-sport athlete. Your father T, who everybody loves, you know what I mean? Who everybody loves, he hooped. What was growing up like for you?
pretty much outside, man, running around with the fam, whatever it was, baseball, football, basketball. Just find, different ways, whether we playing, manhunt, just, we was outside running around, pretty much all day. Then I got into basketball, obviously from like my pop side, my mom's side was pretty much baseball, softball. So I had a taste of, both sports. Obviously I chose basketball. I felt like basketball, was pretty much for me. So that's pretty much it, man. Just with the fam, 24/7. Whatever we decided to do that day is, pretty much what we did.
Obviously, I follow you on social media. If I do see different faces around you, it seems like the same faces. It seems like a very small group. When I see the pictures of like all the big time hoopers, like somewhere together, Ja's not there. When you see some of these superstars that's continuously posted and they're taking these vacations, Ja's not there. And, it was some talk about your pops just being the way he is at the game. And for me, it was refreshing because I got a son, right? And that's how I support him and that's how I want to be. Talk a little bit about his influence on you and his support for you throughout your life, but also how it's created this small family atmosphere for your homeboys.
You know, growing up, me and, you know, my friends was around my pops and his friends. So, you know, pretty much old souls, and, you know, just seeing how they came to the house pretty much every day, the same group of guys, and just chill, whether they watching football on Sunday or coming out to the back and watching us play. It was pretty much the same guys. And, you know, my parents them always preached to, you know, keep your circle small and, you know, be loyal to, you know, the people you love. And that's pretty much, you know, why you see me with the same people, you know, 24/7. Not saying like I don't, you know, interact with other people, but I just, you know, I keep it in the family.
I love T. I love your daddy, how, you know what I'm saying? But we a different type people. RC always says sometimes we meet somebody, be like, oh, he like us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I love it. But does everybody love your daddy? Because there's some criticism of him, just how supportive he is, I call it.
Yeah.
But some people say over the top sometimes.
I feel like there's nobody in this world who everybody just love. I feel like it's more people who love my pops than people who hate him, but I don't know whether it's how they grew up or, you know, is it me that just make them hate him, or I don't see why you get backlash, you know, for being a, you know, a supportive dad to, you know, your child or whatever. But regardless of the fact, he always told me, you know, you tune all that stuff out and you continue to be you, and pretty much, you know, that's why you see him still doing the things he do today.
But it's a trip though, right? How they can paint that narrative, but then on the flip side say, especially in our communities, that dads aren't present.
Yeah.
So you see how that can be crazy.
It's like
so I don't get it.
Lose-lose situation pretty much for us. But, you know, for me, I can say, you know, that's why I'm Ja today, why who I am, because I had the support system. But not only my dad, from my mom, and, you know, the rest of my family. They always held me accountable pretty much, you know, don't let me, you know, we can curse on here?
Say the hell you want.
Whatever you want to say.
Bullshit around and stuff, you know, they, you know, kept me, you know, locked in and, you know, focused on the main goal. So pretty much, you know, preaching that, you know, tunnel vision to me at a young age.
Hey, them usher tickets hard to get in Vegas. You think T can get me right?
Oh, yeah,
they
man. You get them to call them right now. There's probably only one person in the world outside the Usher family who you answer the phone for every time, man. That's probably my pops, man.
A lot has been made. We see it all the time, like the Steph Curry high school photo. You know, the no Power 5 offers, whatever 2-star, all of those things. And I think that comes because he's now become the most famous small hoop recruit, right? Like he's the guy everybody points to with, you know, 4 championships, 2 MVPs, finals MVP now, kind of that legacy. And they always show that picture. But to me, you've kind of done it the same way. You've revolutionized the position in a way for a small guard that went to Murray State, that wasn't necessarily recruited highly as your talent or that your career now says you should have been. When you were going through those things, seeing homeboys get Power 5 offers, playing AAU ball and all those things, how would you just stay the course and say, you know what, wherever I have to go, whatever I have to do, I understand who I am and I'm gonna be that and I'll get to where I need to go?
Man, I can say it was hard. You know, it's definitely, you know, frustrating. Definitely, you know, make you get down on yourself when, you know, I'm playing against these guys and killing them, and then I'm watching them getting all these, you know, big time offers and still, you know, no offers for me. As far as, you know, staying, you know, level, I can, you know, give credit to my parents. You know, they always tell me, you know, don't worry about it, that, you know, basically cream always rises to the top. And I felt like, you know, it was easy for them to say. It was easy for me to listen. But as far as, you know, actually doing it, it was pretty tough. And, you know, I did it, man. And my pops always told me, you know, once you get in your foot in the door, kick it down. So I had opportunities where I was in front of scouts at the CP3 camp, in front of scouts at Murray my freshman year from, you know, previous players. And that's pretty much, you know, when I took advantage of my opportunity and got my Murray State offer, man.
Speaking of his dad, he keep bringing up his dad, and I say, I love your dad, man. I'm gonna get me a happy dad.
Go ahead, man. Bro,
Yeah, I need to get one of
bro,
them.
it's early, yeah.
Yeah, man. You
Get
still
two.
got to train that.
Let me get one.
He gotta
Yeah,
work.
Is that beer?
Hard seltzer.
I'll take
grab you
one.
one.
Man, Ja gotta work. Mo and Ja gotta work out, man.
Listen, I done seen Ja drinking now.
Yeah.
Let's not act like Ja don't drink. Now,
Ja, man, when you think about where you are now, right, and the way life has changed, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order to get the scrutiny that your father gets, if you were a scrub, it wouldn't matter, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you weren't balling, like if you weren't a guy that the cameras were always on, nobody would pay attention to. It's a lot of dudes that got dads that's supportive, that's sorry as hell. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody tell them nothing, right? But when you yiking on Malik Beasley, you know, when you putting your balls in Kevin Love face, like, people are gonna draw that, you're gonna draw that type of attention. What has that change been like for you? Because you have that small school upbringing, you know, not necessarily being a high recruit, and now you can't post a pic without hundreds of thousands of people paying attention to it, right? You can't bang your knee up, you can't strain a muscle. Has it been difficult adjusting to fame?
100%. I feel like for me, you know, for the most part, it's definitely been tough because I wasn't used to it at all. Now it's like, man, all my privacy out the window. And as far as me and my family go, you know, we like going to do stuff as a family, being able to go out freely, and I can't do that now. So, you know, I have to watch every move. I got to watch everything around me, watch what I post, all because of, you know, the player I am today and, you know, the fan base, you know, that I got behind me now. So it's definitely been tough. Made me pretty much a homebody. I just sit in the crib with the fam. We play whatever game, whether it's Madden, I go play Warzone with the friends, just have fun while we're in the house.
Chan, you can't run with him then. He said he don't run.
He run.
The man
He
just
run.
said he played games.
Listen, he don't just play games. Like he said, the social media's out there. That man have him a drink, good-looking young man. I don't know if you got a lady or nothing, but I know you. It ain't hard to get a date for you. Come on now, Ja. It ain't hard. You ain't struggling to get a date.
Nah, it ain't, man.
To the same point of the fame of the fans. Now you got to watch
Yeah.
everything, every aspect, like including the women.
And that's pretty much kind of been my mom's side of the, you know, informing me on stuff. She always tell me, you know, you got to watch them. And now, you know, I can see it. Whether it's just how they carry themselves as soon as they get around, if they want to be extra.
But you're a country boy, but you got big city drip though. Like, you know what I'm saying? You flashy, you very confident, and you got a daughter.
Yeah.
Does that allow you to help put things in perspective and, you know, how to approach or treat women?
Yeah, for sure. Not even just my daughter. Like, I have a little sister who's a senior in high school now, and I got my mom. So knowing how, like, I want them to be treated, watching how they've been treated, you know, pretty much my whole life, and now having my daughter and how I want her to, you know, be treated, and how, well, now she's a little too young to understand, but as she get older and I'll be able to tell her. Definitely, you know, pretty much helped me with women. I feel like, you know, everybody can tell you that even when I'm around, I still be chill. Like, I don't press nothing. I just sit, lay back. And, you know, whatever comes to me, it just comes.
You can see a difference in yourself from before she was here, your daughter, to now. How has she changed?
Yeah, I was in college, man.
Me too.
I feel like everybody had their college experience.
Right.
So now it's like I got a daughter, man. So, you know, I'm chilling.
Right.
Chilling.
Yeah, you know, you look at the Grizzlies this year, and y'all became everybody's darlings. I think it was twofold. One, obviously you, right? But y'all brought back like that high school, college feel. You know, us against the world almost seemed like y'all lived in dorms, like everybody jammed tight. You know what I mean? I think that was the thing that drew people to the Grizzlies. And also, like, it's Memphis. It's, you know, not since Zach Randolph and those guys have you truly been in contention to win it. You end up getting hurt late. Right now, we're at the Collective. This is where you train with Mo Wells, who I mentioned earlier. What are you focusing on right now, though, to, one, play at the MVP level you were playing at, right? You don't miss those games. I think at least the conversation for MVP involves you more. but like I know you want to win,
Yeah.
right? Like I can see it. Like nobody plays the way you play. That's not focused on winning first.
Yeah.
How do you take the next step in your career, and how does that help the Grizzlies?
Number one on my list is being available. Pretty much, every season in my 3 years, I had an injury that, took me away for, a while. And obviously, like you just mentioned, late in the playoffs, that injury took me, out of the series. And I felt like, me personally, that and my teammates, we were the favorites, in that series. And I feel like, it was pretty much our year, but that injury caused me to be out. And now you have to change lineups and, guys playing without me. And I feel like that's the most frustrating part for me, being out there and not being able to compete, with my teammates. So number one is just, being available and, still working on my body to get stronger. And on the court-wise, I still work on all areas of my game, but pretty much being way more consistent with shooting the ball so I don't have to, go to the rack and absorb all that contact and, hit the floor every time. So that's pretty much what I'm focused on now. And I feel like, as long as I'm locked into that and, keep working on that, it'll help us as a team.
RC mentioned, being unranked, not highly recruited. Murray State, they retired your jersey. Congrats on that.
Appreciate
NBA Rookie of the Year, NBA All-Star. You're here. A lot of people probably didn't believe in you early, but what Khaled say? God did. So for real though, man, like you're a star, bro. Like you're really a star. But some people would question whether you would ever reach that superstar status being in Memphis. And that we're talking about Memphis, that's where that question comes from. Because I haven't seen a superstar, the Bruns of the world, those guys that are in the bigger market areas. Do you plan on re-upping when it's time to be in Memphis? Or do you have to go somewhere else to be that superstar?
I just did.
They just made him super duper rich.
I'm drawing the blank, I'm tripping.
How much you got to re-up for?
Well, I'm tripping, my bad.
Yeah, man.
Can you be a superstar in Memphis?
100%.
I missed that.
100%.
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Hey, I watch dudes' pockets. Ooh, what they gave him?
Hey, Alicia keep us on the go, bro. He work in that world, so he gotta see it, and we always move.
Freddie T, it's like, remember when Devontae checked me and was like, nah, it's 140 million, .275. Ja, what was it, 193? 193?
Jeez.
But I ain't just going for that one, though.
Hit him again.
I got an opportunity to get that 231, so.
That match.
That's what it's about. So, but being a superstar, can you change that whole outlook? Because some people say small market, guys can't reach that upper echelon. Can you break that down?
100%. I feel like I improved every year. I feel like now, I'm starting to get more recognition from this, this past season, making All-Star, most improved player. So I think, like he said, I'm focused on winning. As long as I continue to win, I win championships and I stay at the level that I'm playing at and improve. I feel like, I definitely can be, a superstar in Memphis.
And we talk about Murray State, you talk about watching the dudes that you yamming on get scholarships and not, just that underdog mentality.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Always.
Always. You was in the MVP race. How can you be an underdog if you the most valuable?
With 193.
Yeah.
I wasn't the favorite.
You still don't think folks respect your game?
Nah, I do, but I feel like now, like just because I'm me and I speak on whatever I want to and say what I'm feeling at the time, that some people don't like me. So that's why I bust their ass.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, when you come around that damn pick at the top of the key, are you ever concerned of who's under that rim?
Nah.
You don't even think about it.
Nah.
You rising up.
Straight like that.
If Jesus was down there, he gonna have to get it.
Yeah, I say I apologize and pray after. I don't want him to send me downstairs, man. Just keep me up there, man.
I know, it's crazy. We're sitting down with Ja, and then we interrupt you. But we wouldn't interrupt you unless it was important, because we got to talk about DraftKings. Yeah, the NBA season's going to come around, but right now it's all about the pigskin. We just finished week 1, and it was absolutely phenomenal, and DraftKings threw you the alley. You like that. I brought it back to Ja. But tell them about the 5 for the 200, Shannon.
We watch out for y'all. Y'all love what's going on with Ja, and it's going to get 10 times better. But listen, new customers of DraftKings, you bet $5 or more, we getting you $200 of free bets. We giving you great content, free game, and now $200. All you got to do is use the promo code PIVOT when you go to DraftKings.
Make it happen. And if you don't have it, go to DraftKings Daily Fantasy. Use promo code PIVOT. Make it happen.
Now remember, everybody can live the fantasy, but only the pivot can live the dream. Back to Ja Morant. Hopefully we'll be seeing him in the chip. Take us through, right, because we're football players.
Right.
You know, I don't know if Chan and Fred hooped in high school, but you know, like, every football player think he can hoop. Because I played basketball, I won state, I thought I was really doing it. You know what I mean? Then I got to college, and I would go run with the hoopers, and I realized, this is kind of out of my league. Yeah. And they weren't even that good. You know, so some of this I don't understand. Can you kind of take us through, what is it? It's late in the third quarter, you're down to Minnesota. There's some back and forth, you know, in that series. Cat talking, like it was a lot going on. But y'all down, I think, double digits. You know, you turn the corner, late in the third, Malik Beasley's under the rim. It came to mind because he said, if Jesus is under there, this is how, like you said, he got to get it too.
Yeah.
What's the mindset when you turn, you see him, and you go into the rack?
Go finish. However I got to do it. I prefer to dunk than embarrass him, but however I got to. So in that series, you know, I turned the corner, basically rejected the ball screen, and I seen a guard being the rim protector. And I know there's not too many guards in the league that can jump as high as me, so the rest was history.
You guys get to the next round. I believe Golden State beat y'all the first game. I believe you come back. I think Steph says it's going to be a hell of a series or something like that.
We're going to have some fun.
We have some fun, right.
Yeah.
And you say, you come back and say the same thing the next time. Now, you and Dre going at it, which I love. When the Christmas schedule comes out, you're like, hey, we got what we wanted.
Yeah.
Why was that so important to you that you guys got that game against that team on that day?
I feel like, you know, every NBA player, you know, pretty much wants to play on Christmas. And as far as that matchup goes, we had our back and forth, you know, during the series. We had our back and forth after they won the championship when they, you know, brought up the situation with Jaren. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, all right, we brought up the Christmas game and we got the Christmas game. So all the, you know, back and forth we was doing on Twitter, you know, we got what we wanted. We got the matchup we wanted. Mm-hmm. He said the champs don't go on the road, so all right, we'll come to the Bay. We're gonna come out there, and you know we pretty much got that matchup. So it's like, all right, we got what we wanted now. There's nothing else to say.
Mm-hmm. Is NBA beef real? Because I see the dudes always talking and bumping their chests against each other, but like.
They don't fight.
I'm not saying you have competitive battles, like but it's like, is the beef real?
I feel like it's more competitive than actually beef. Because me personally, like, Draymond got my pop's number. Like, he been said Christmas coming for dinner. So they blew that up like he was talking trash, like when we already had that discussion already. Yeah. And as far as the Timberwolves series, all the back and forth that was going on after, it's still respect being shown. Mm-hmm. After that series, it's still respect being shown. But when you got competitors like that who pretty much don't care, as like me and Draymond, you know, that's what happens. It's not no beef like, oh, when I see him, I'm going to punch him or something like that. Nah, it's respect at the end of the day. But once you inside those 4 lines and that ball go in the air, it's no more friends at that point.
So with that, you know, you're talking about Draymond, those guys, they've won all the rings. You know, in the past decade, they've been obviously the best team, right? Going back to your rookie year, you know, coming in, you've seen some of these guys ready to compete against them and knock them down. You ever have that starstruck moment for a player to player? You know, like you're a fan of guys, you know, and that ideal jersey swap, like your rookie year, was it anyone in particular you want to get their jersey?
Bron.
Hell yeah.
Bron. And I actually got Bron and AD jersey on after the same game. So that was pretty much, a big time moment for me. Obviously my rookie year, man, playing against all the top guys was pretty much like a, starstruck moment. Like, wow, like I was just watching him on TV a couple years ago, even last year when I was at Murray, watching him play.
Right.
And now I'm actually, lacing up and going back and forth with him. I feel I can say my first starstruck moment was that Kyrie matchup. Before the tip, man, the ref bringing the guard the ball, you get to choose. And normally, like when I go, I just grab the ball, I dribble it once, pass it back, and he grabbed the ball and just started doing hella crossovers and shit. And I'm just like, God damn, like, all right, the game ain't even started yet.
Right.
And I'm like, this is my matchup today.
Right.
He just started, and I'm like, oh, shit.
How'd it go?
Yeah. We won.
It went crazy.
We won.
How'd you do? How was
I think that was
night?
my first 30-point game.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I remember
Like
that.
third game of the season. I blocked them to send it to overtime. And you can tell because I pretty much could have got the ball. We could have called a timeout, had some time on the clock to, pretty much end the game. But I blocked the shot. And once I blocked it, I didn't even look for the ball no more. I just went down the court talking shit.
Listen, I got a mint 10 Ja Morant rookie card. I ain't got no ink on it though. I'm shooting my shot.
I got you, man.
Keep it real, bro.
I got you.
I'm shooting my shot, dog.
This ain't the time or the place.
Because it's the show.
Huh?
Because it's the show.
Yeah,
Ja,
we
you mentioned, you mentioned though the moment against Kyrie, and I think outside looking in, from a fan's perspective, I see all of y'all like that, right? One of those things, the respect of talking about the 12th man on the NBA bench in a regular gym. I know what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? I understand what it looks
Somebody
like.
give you buckets.
They don't miss. Like legitimately in
you
pickup
buckets.
games, y'all don't miss. The ball just goes in every damn time. But you're talking about the Kyrie matchup or getting Bron and AD's jersey. When you come up the way you do, there has to be the moment where you like, oh, I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
When was that moment for you?
Ooh. I can say that game versus Kyrie, obviously it was my first, my first rodeo, first 30-point game. Man, that's tough. It's a lot of moments, but I can say, that play-in tournament in the bubble, battling with Dame, CJ, was like a moment where like, we here now. Like, we was a game away from the playoffs then. Then I'm coming to my second year, and I think first game went for like 40-something.
Right.
And it's like, all right.
It's so funny you mentioned Dame and CJ, and I'm a sports geek, but very similar travels for those three people. For you, Dame, CJ McCullough, right?
Yeah. I always said Dame, CJ, and Steph pretty much paved the way for guys like me. And then it was me. And now, you still see other guys coming along from, that mid-major, under-recruited, coming out and proving themselves. So.
Derrick Rose. So I pick favorite. I don't have teams. I pick favorite players, right? I grew up in the Michael Jordan era, right? So I was a Bulls fan. And then when Mike was gone, I was a Kobe fan. I was a huge Derrick Rose fan. I thought he was a dog. He was quiet, but he was explosive. He went at everybody's neck.
Yeah, that was crazy about me. Like how he was killing, and to not say a word, like he didn't even talk. And it's just like, all right, just run back. He dunk on somebody, all right, just run back. Like me, like, nah, I can't. I gotta let you hear about it.
I bring up D Rose because we talked about it a little bit earlier. You saying being available, right? The best ability is availability. And we're here at the Collective. I've mentioned Mo a couple of times, and we're gonna bring him in and kind of, I think the part of what the world wants to know is how does this story become different, right? How are you not in dress clothes shining on the sideline when y'all got an opportunity to unseat the team of this era, the Golden State Warriors? And so he could duck under this light anyway, we know that him coming in and ain't going. Yeah, we ain't got to move nothing. Ain't nobody. Don't walk on. Don't walk on your. Don't walk on your.
Y'all give him more.
Don't walk on your. One, you can tell you trade people. Hey, you can tell people. You can tell you trade people like Ja, because like when I train, I wear Lululemons, I wear On Clouds, right? I wear team apparel.
100%.
I wear team apparel, but
My man come out iced out, man.
So how long have you been working with Ja though?
So I met 12 in passing. We both got to IMG at the same time, IMG Academy. So that's when I was going from MJP in Dallas over to IMG in Bradenton, Florida. So he was there, had some neat stuff going on, so he wasn't doing too much. But then after his Rookie of the Year season, that's when we were reacquainted. I worked with his other 2 trainers.
Damn track.
Yeah, 100%. His first workout with me was on the track. That's tough. Y'all know I was doing all there.
Were you coming from the streets the night before though, or were you prepared?
Nah. I was locked.
Okay.
It was definitely locked.
I was locked, but I wasn't prepared for that.
Definitely locked.
You in Florida,
100%.
Human.
sun out on the track, man. Like
we on the track, we had to run rockets. We had a casualty out there. Unk went down. Unk works out with it. He don't work out with all the superstars. Work out with the fam. Unk went down, pulled a hammy. You know what I'm saying? He was good.
Wait, you said Unk? Like his
100%.
real life uncle?
100%.
yeah, so like my fam work out with me. So
I always tell him, if we gonna start the workout, we're gonna do the whole workout.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we met that year, started off small and obviously grew up until this point, working in the season, off season, working hand in hand with the Grizzlies. So just trying to perfect the process for him. It's pretty individual. You want to have a tailored programming, for an elite athlete of this caliber. You want to have something that's tailored to him, and that takes time. It takes time to figure out, okay, how do we respond to this workout? How do you respond to this stimulus and X, Y, and Z, all the big word stuff that he just lets me and Eric handle.
yeah, that's foreign language.
So it's just an ongoing process for that. But it's beauty in it, man. It's beauty, and obviously we want to get as close to the 82 as possible. So I think we're gonna make great strides this year, and just keep him on court to whenever he want to stop playing.
Hey, Mo, you're not that big, but you the big dog in that space. You got a lot of people hating or chasing you.
Yeah, 100%.
What's the secret sauce?
One of the, not even the secrets, well, yeah, the secret is keeping it secret, So keeping it secret. So you'll never see me really posting online his whole workout plan or posting a whole lot of what anybody else is doing. So I don't have to get the criticism. I know what works for my guys. I know what works for 12. I know how we're going to keep growing. So if they don't know, all they can look at is the hype videos, the outfits, the locations, wherever we at, whatever we're doing. So you can only, and you see the results, because that's what matters. Right. You see the results. You see the verdict. You see what's going on in the game. And these guys are already Maseratis. I'm really more so fine-tuning. I'm blessed to be in that space. But, keeping them jumping high. If he jumps 47 max vert, I got to keep it up there.
Say that again?
I said if he jumping to 47 max vert, I gotta keep him up there.
I think for y'all to get that 47, you gotta get the happy dad.
Oh, hey. I'm still stuck. Wait. I'm still stuck because in the NFL, I mean, what is it, 41, 42 might
Well, see, you get the standing max
vert.
For basketball, you get a step. You get a step. But he still jumps higher than any football guy I've ever had.
Hey, Moss was a 40.
Yeah, he'll jump
40,
over Moss.
But I can't do nothing. You 6'2"? 6'3"?
Hey,
That's ridiculous.
Appreciate you with the happy dad, because I was sleeping on mine for a second. But as an elite super trooper, you the best. Fred said, everybody know they don't know Mo well. You the dog. Yeah. But you dealing with young men like Ja. You got to give him some time to party. And I know he does. I would love to party with y'all. I'm not running no goddamn track.
100%.
I would hang out. But like, do you be like, hey, okay, Ja, you got these 4 days.
Well, you plan it out. I know most of the time I'm on the trips with him. So he's one of 2 athletes, and soon to be, he'll be the only one that I travel with, for a lot of stuff. So with that being said, as long as you get the work done, we map out what you're going to do in the off season. Okay, this week I'm going this city, this week I'm going here. And you get your work done, you're going to enjoy it,
They hold me accountable, dog.
You gotta wake up. You still got. If you want to turn up, we gotta take that.
See, I'm on my happy dad right now.
you gotta take
a couple minutes. I'm gonna be out there throwing weight rounds.
So you gotta be able to balance balance it all. You know what I'm saying? I think he does obviously a great job with, and will continue to get better because, man, when I was 22, you weren't telling me anything. Yeah. When I was 22 at LSU, like I was trying to, get to it. I ain't had 193. You know, I ain't had 193. You know, so but obviously, yeah, we it's always a constant discussion. You know, and we getting better and better as we go. But you want to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? You know, they always try to tell you to enjoy it while you retire. Man, I want to have some fun while I'm still functioning. A little bit too. We're gonna have fun all throughout.
Mo mentioned like keeping it secret is the secret. You had a saying like win in the dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it talks, because even looking at like your story, it talks about tires and planks and all the things like your pops actually did with you and the ways he trained you, before you could afford more wells. Like you've been somebody that understood the work though. Yeah. How does that upbringing and being that type of dude help you now? Because so much now, I train athletes. I know they want the videos, they want the pictures, they want the pretty stuff. Like it ain't really about the grind for a lot of them. However, you continue to say, I'm gonna do my work in the dark, and then I'm gonna shine when the lights are the brightest.
Pretty much like you mentioned, my dad. It's just a funny story, man. Before I was locked into working out, me and my homies used to be on the game 24/7. And like one day, we actually pulled an all-nighter playing the game. So by the time my pops went to sleep and woke up, we were still playing the game. And he was like, basically just sending a message. At that time, we didn't understand. But he was like, while you playing the game, somebody else playing the game. And then he like, let me know what that means by the time I get back home. When he got back home, we were still locked in playing the game. So he like, y'all know what that means? We're like, nah. He like, while y'all in here playing video games, somebody actually out there working on their game. And then since he put that message, said that message to us, he had to start begging us to come from outside, to come in the house to eat. So I pretty much, been day in and day out working on my game. I can have school, basketball practice, I come home, work out with him. Now I got Mo, I got my other trainers, Trey, JT, Pops for the basketball side, hold me accountable, I gotta put the work in, so.
Do you still have like your Michael Jackson jackets and stuff when you used to perform for the family?
Nah, man. I wish. I had the glove and all.
So wait, they used to just be like, because this is what black people do. If you got a kid with a certain talent, you pretty much force that child
to do it in front of everybody.
So that's what they would do. You'd be like, hey, Ja.
Cookout party. They play the song. Come on, Ja. His favorite line right there. And then, my mom hype it up. I used to have to go get dressed, put on my little jacket, the glove, and come out, and dance. Now I don't do it no more.
You don't do it no more? Man, can't give us 3-4 seconds?
Nah.
Just a little.
Hey, Aiden Hutchinson just gave us Billie Jean in Detroit.
That was my favorite artist, though. I had like his T-shirts and all. So at that time, being a young kid, I couldn't tell my mom, dad, and them no then.
So what would you say to this guy who I kind of agree with? Well, I do agree with. He went on Twitter and he started this shit. He said, Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson.
And I never lied.
That's a lie.
And I don't disagree with that. And we talking talent. I'm talking talent. So I don't disagree with him. But you were Michael Jackson fan. So I'm trying to hear what you got to say to that.
So was I.
I don't know if I can agree with that one, man.
That's what I wanted to hear.
CB tough, though. It was, I had my Chris Brown dancing days, too. So I ain't gonna say I'm not a fan, but I still got Mike. I got Mike.
I mean, you know what? I accept it. I was walking through the halls at ESPN.
I really became a fan of CB, like a real big fan, when he did the Michael Jackson tribute.
Right.
Then that showed me. So now I can, talent-wise, because he pretty much looked exactly like Mike when he did it.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, so you got Michael Jackson there and Chris Brown down. When you out in the club, you dance in the club.
Nah.
You gotta dance in the club.
100%.
Nah.
He don't dance in the club.
I just be.
No. Man, you get a little of that oil in you.
I get that. when the oil get in, then that's, it's different. So I ain't Ja, I ain't know whoever that is that day, next day don't bring it up. Don't even bring it up to me. I don't know what happened.
See, be nice on the court. If he said, Ja, let's lock up one-on-one, what you'll do to that boy?
Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man. This a different animal, man.
I already know. I like to let you say it,
He
bro.
nice, though.
Nah, he is nice.
But he got
Real
to
nice.
stay on that celebrity game.
He regular people nice, Fred.
Nah, he's nice. He probably the best celebrity singer rapper,
Singer rapper.
because he does rap now. He
Yeah,
rap, but he probably the best of the best.
He playing
all of them.
against Jack Harlow.
Could Chris Brown tackle you?
Yeah.
So how
But
the
he
hell
don't,
is
he
he
don't
gonna
play
guard
football.
Ja? He don't play basketball either.
Come on, bro. I just want to know what you would do to him. I don't care about all that other
What
stuff.
I do to
man.
everybody else, man.
See, it's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple,
Mo,
bro.
how do you guys adjust for Ja having one arm that's way longer than the other one?
And you know my secret. See, I thought we was keeping a secret a secret. Man. What happened to keeping the secrets a secret?
Hey, I do a lot of
I
reading,
do.
bro.
That's for everybody in the league, your scouts, whoever got the Grizzlies when y'all play us. Yeah, I do got a longer arm. It's the left. I mean, y'all not gonna stop it, but since the secret out now, there you go. My left hand bigger as well. So
wait, it was a trampoline accident?
yeah, I broke my arm on a trampoline, man. My older cousins got me. Now you do the double jump. At that time, I'm probably about 73 pounds. I just shot off in the air, man. And I was coming down head first. And I went to try to break my fall on the trampoline, like the railing. And it just, I didn't even feel it when it happened. It's just like it just did. My elbow was pretty much up here. My cousin was looking like, ugh, and I'm like, what? And I looked and I seen like a little knot. I thought it was just like a knot. They're like, nah, you broke your arm. Start yanking it. It was coming down. It got pretty much about right above where my elbow is supposed to be. And he like, we got to go tell auntie. We done run in the house. Went in there. She locked my arm, put the ice on it, called Pops. He was actually on the way home from work. She probably stayed at least like 20, 25 from us. And he probably got there in like 10 minutes. No cap. I don't know what he had, what he was driving, but he got there about 10 minutes. So then after that, like the pain started kicking in once my adrenaline started wearing off. So I was in the car, I was just chilling. He's pushing it to the hospital. My grandma actually worked in the hospital. My cousin, who actually did the double jump with me, Pops, was working in the hospital. So we got there and they pretty much had to unlock my arm. It basically was locked. And then that's when the pain kicked in right there. So it was stuck and they had to straighten it out. And we all got weak stomachs. Like, we don't like seeing none of those. So my pops had to walk out and it was painful, but I felt like I was more disgusted than anything through that process. But now I got the longer arm, bigger hand on his hand.
So that's why you finished so good left.
Left, that's why I dribble with my left hand. I'm able to control the ball better.
When you look at Mo, because I get it, right? Every Sunday, my nerves are bad.
100%.
Because I'm watching people who I've invested into
Literally all my
into their careers. And it's so crazy. Every time something happened to him, I text you.
100%.
He texts me.
Yeah. I'm always like, hey Mo, y'all right? You know what I mean? Oh no, I gotta hit him up. You always say I gotta hit 12. When you're watching those games, man, and you see somebody under the rim and right? Because for some reason, he ain't got to the point that Mike ended up getting too late in his career where it was just this joint. Mike would just jump. I think I just gotta put it in there, right? He's still back here with it no matter who's under the rim. You ever hit him up like, hey man, like you ain't gotta show him all the work on one play.
No, we actually haven't gotten to that point in the career yet. It'll come later on down the road, but for that, I get scared every time. Anytime. If Javante fight, he go to dunk. Leonard, I don't worry about Leonard. Leonard's just
a menace.
A menace.
It's a menace.
But
He's a menace.
But that's why my main primary job is to support those actions. It's not always if I have a McCole Harmon running 4-2, make him run 4-1. A lot of time it's just maintaining the 4-3. right? Or just making sure that when he lands, he can handle that unilateral, bilateral landing. Or if we got L spine, C spine problems, T spine problems, making sure that the back is strong enough, to withstand the force. Because when you land on the ground, it shoots up the whole body, right? And if you're landing correctly, a lot of times, if you're not loading properly, it's going to shoot up, and that's where you're going to feel radiating pain somewhere else. So with that, I just have to make sure that, he's going to be, making sure that
Now you see why I don't be in these conversations with
he
him.
can just be prepared for it,
Yeah.
but not every time. And everybody be, the dunk. I'm looking at the ground like, please.
Right.
Every time he always taking contact. So every time he hit the ground, we had the little camera situation on the ground, I was shook. You would have thought I was a parent, man. I'd be stressed out.
So here's my other question, right? I've played a long time in the league. I've worked TV a very long time. I don't sit courtside a lot, Mo. And a lot of times.
Time out. Is you shooting your shot right here?
No.
Oh,
No, we
I'm
good.
about to say we about to get him.
I was gonna get it quick.
I got you, but
I was like, okay, where is
No, we
this
good.
going?
I can buy it. It's good. I just work a lot.
I got you, man.
I just work a lot.
You feel me?
But
It's all
Mo,
love.
man, most trainers, they go to the game and they're the place that they train, and they want everybody to know that they're a trainer. You basically just look like a short hooper.
100%.
Iced out, you know what I mean?
Feel me? Yeah, I'm more buckets. I be trying to tell Trey, Draper, Jonathan, I be trying to tell them really a bucket. They be hating, but first of all, I'm short, so I have to put a little drip on and be like, dang, he's short, but he clean.
Clean.
He clean.
He's so handsome.
Don't even know my name no more. They keep calling me handsome. It's just stay clean.
So at the parties, you just talk to when you with them, you talk to the girls that like short dudes?
No, I like tall girls.
How you like tall girls?
He likes standing on phone books.
Yeah.
He gonna climb that tree.
No, like
All the stallion down.
So you look
tall.
at
Like
because you're trying to breed, because you don't want a
100%.
short kid.
Like when I have a little kid and he ended up being, if I'm 5'6", he ended up being 5'2". Oh, you gotta be at least my, because the kid's always taller than the mom. So if she at least my height or better, we got a shot.
To do what? If she 5'6", you 5'5"?
It's gonna be fast. if he got all these uncles and if 12 teaching him how to hoop, Leonard teaching him how to run the ball, Javante teaching him how to box,
Good.
so RC teaching him how to play DB. I got another running back. He gotta be good at something.
John, man, when you look at, we kind of fast forwarded to Christmas, right? We talked about it when you first sat down. It's 82 games, though, right? Like you said, would you say what, 5 and 7 sometimes, back-to-backs, the grind of the playoffs, with the way you started your career, that's going to be your every year. It's going to be the 82. Yeah. It's going to be the grind of the playoffs. When you just think about year to year, now we're looking at 2022, 2023, who the Memphis Grizzlies going to be?
A better team with that same mindset we had this previous season. I feel like, we made a lot of people mad with how, we beat them and then all jump in the camera after a press game and, pretty much talk shit. But I feel like, this year, I feel like we're more locked. Me being pretty much, the head of the snake, seeing these guys in the gym every day, the younger guys, the new rookies we got in the gym, whether they text and seeing, Dez, for example, have the rookies out to his house, pretty much just, tells us, as a team, with how close we are, how we want to make sure everybody's comfortable and everybody's on the same page. So as far as, that goes, I feel like, we're a better team, but still that same, underdog killer mindset.
You got personal goals though? I used to, and this is probably stupid now, every year in training camp, I wouldn't bring a TV, right? So I just bring books and I would write down my goals and I'd stick them in my Bible, right? And I would just pray on them. And when I was younger, because I was an undrafted dude, like those goals would change every year. It'd be like make the team, then it'd be like start, You know what I'm saying? Get a contract, like all of those things. And once I became that, I was like, okay, I want 5 picks or whatever. And then in like 08, 07, I got sick, and it just became like, man, like play every play like it's your last. And then you figure it out from there. But do you have personal goals that you've set that you want to meet? And if so, what are those?
Number one, win the championship. I feel like, that's the main goal for me. Even though that's a team goal, I feel like winning is the most important thing. Like I can 0 points, whatever, as long as, I'm out there, we get a win. I'm happy with us getting a win, but as far as my play, obviously, nobody. But I feel like winning is the most important thing. And you go down the list to, obviously if we win the championship, finals MVP, MVP of the league, being an all-star. There's pretty much the same goals, I pretty much had. Each year, obviously I achieved the all-star, the most improved. I had those on my goals this past season, and I actually achieved those. MVP was on it. Obviously, I had my first injury, and that took me from number 4 in the race to 11, just because I wasn't available. And as you see, as far as MVP in this league, most of them play pretty much 75+ games out of the 82, and that MVP level. So that's definitely being available. Yeah. It's on my list as well.
Ja, you talk about your personal and intermediate goals, immediate goals. In our sport, there are a lot of great number 12s, from Joe Namath, Broadway Joe, Randall Cunningham, obviously Tom Brady, the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers, right? Yeah. In our sport. In your sport, I can only think of Stockton, John Stockton. Then here we have you. Do you aspire, from your immediate goals, do you aspire to see that 12 hanging in the Raptors someday? Yeah,
not only with the team I played for either, like around the league. That's the goal, to, have that big of an impact on the, NBA, to where I'm represented by not only the team that I played for, but all the teams as a whole. So as far as, being the best number 12, that's definitely my
Swag
goal.
is through the roof. And you young, like you the future of the NBA. That's what people call you, the future of the NBA. Do them old dudes get hot with you? Because like you said, and we see you on TV, you say, well, I run up and talk shit. Yeah, if I do something to you, I'm gonna let you know. Just like, because there's an older class right now in their late 30s that they know you're the future. Yeah. Do they accept that, or they be like, young boy, take it easy, young boy? Like,
I feel like it's pretty much a balance. You have some of them who don't even say nothing. So like, I don't even have fun with that. Like, I like talking to people who gonna say something back. Yeah. Like, interact with me. And you got some guys who do, but you can see, throughout interviews when, those players who respected the superstars get asked about me, they give me my credit. That's pretty much why, speaking back from earlier, I feel like it's not too much beef in the NBA for real. Like, nobody ain't gonna fight. Like, everybody is just talking pretty much. And then after a while, for me, like, I'm gonna talk to you, but if you go that way, all right, we can. Like, I don't have no problem with that. Like, so I'm pretty much talking to you anyway to get under your skin, because my pops told me at a young age that the mental part of the game can affect you as well. As soon as you playing mad, you're not gonna be yourself. So I'm gonna talk trash to you to try to get you out your game to give me the advantage. But some people don't like it, and they try to take it to another level, which I'm fine with. Like, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. I don't care. But as far as, the older guys in this league, like, they pretty much talk too. It's a lot of guys in the NBA that people don't think talk trash, but they do. You just don't see it. They just don't be pretty much like as open with it or showing it like I do. It'll be something slick, or, you cover the mouth real quick and say something like it's, the refs. Pretty much, you got to watch that too. They're quick to take you up, so you don't want to be giving back money.
Yeah, you come from an amazing background. I just love the support from your dad, T, and everything he's instilled in you. You had to take a long road to get there, unrecruited, unranked mostly, not recruited heavy. And, you know, you grind through. I love your mentality. But I always got to ask on this show, you know, to our guests, your greatest pivot, your biggest pivot in life.
I can say it's not mine. It's pretty much my pops, but I feel like what he did is both our, you know, biggest pivot where, you know, he stayed back and raised me instead of pursuing his opportunity to, you know, be a professional. And, you know, just hearing that story from me, you know, pretty much made me go harder because I know he had that opportunity, but he didn't do it to raise me, be in my life, which the support comes back into play. But, you know, just hearing that from our background, you know, knowing that it's a lot of people who didn't have father figures in their life, but my pops did that for me. I can say that it was pretty much like my turning point and pretty much made me locked in, you know, on my goal. As I was still under recruited, you know, not ranked, but like I felt like that's what made me, you know, pretty much lock in on, all right, basketball is what I want to do. Basketball is, you know, my favorite sport, you know, what I love to do, and I want to be at the highest level. Yeah, say that it.
Shit, I've been trying to get that since the show started. I mean, I felt like I felt like I kept throwing it up by the rim. I was like, I know it's vert 47. He ain't dunk it yet. Like, we have been waiting on that. I have one question. Like, I looked up to certain
I was
players.
just holding the ball in the air. I was just flowing, trying to see what dunk I was going to do, man.
You know, like, we're all fans of players growing up. And you mentioned, you know, people, you know, that inspired you, or how it was to meet Bron, play against Kyrie. You know, I think for all of us who are good enough, we model our game after somebody, or we like players for certain reasons. And obviously your father had such a huge influence on you. Were there any players though, like when you were coming up? Because like I always loved Russ. Like I know people don't like Russ. I just thought he was mean as hell and he was going at your neck no matter what. You know,
That's me.
Yeah, I was
AI, Russ, obviously Derrick Rose, but I feel like for the most part, AI and Russ. Like I said, Derrick Rose was cooking you and was just quiet, like no facial expression, no nothing. Right. But I feel like AI was pretty much, you know, my number one. Then I became a big Russ fan, and like I said, we're gonna let you hear about it, and we coming straight at you no matter who you is. So,
I mean, I think that's the perfect place to end. We coming straight at you no matter who you are. Mo, we sorry. Right, we know y'all got to get out and work.
We right on time. We right on.
Ja, man, we appreciate you though, bro.
Yes,
like for us,
y'all,
like,
man.
and when I talked about it a little bit earlier, man. Like, we 3 former football players who have, you know, decided to get into this space, and you know, we wanted to get you on the show. We understood how big it would be for us, but I think the other part of what we do is we want to tell stories about the humans, right? About the people that we admire. You know what I mean? Hopefully someone looks at this, sees Ja Morant a different way, and hopefully the other people that watch see your father and your family and the way you were raised a different way, and understand that that it's all love, and that more people wish they grew up with that sort of support. Yeah. So, man, this is the pivot, bro, and we appreciate you.
Lead that.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, boy. I had been trying to throw the alley, dog. I was like, golly.
I was just up waiting, dog.
Hey.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless. Take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant.